Welcome back to the Podfathers, the best parenting podcast in the universe, presented by Barstool Sports. It's your pal Clem here. We got Large down in dirty Jersey and Daddy Boy Chaps up in, is that one of Pete's fucking toll booths of sadness that you're in right now?
Yeah, I'm in the Superman fucking cubicle and I hate it. Like as soon as I signed on, the look of disappointment on Nick's face when he was like, where's all the presidents? Where's all the military stuff? Where's your good ass mic? I come up to a multi-million-dollar media company and I'm sitting in a fucking all-white room with headphones and a little Yeti snowball mic like I'm some kind of fucking poor.
Looks like you're about to be waterboarded.
I know. That's what I told Nick too. I was like, it looks like I'm about to do a hostage release thing, like I'm Bo Bergdahl.
Yep, that is our the Barstool difference will exist until the day this fucking company goes down in flames. That is for sure, Chaps.
It's got to be coming. Honest to God, it's got to be on the way.
Buy a put.
And we got our boy Nicky the Good here as well. Joey Langone just fucking bailing out, no fucking nothing. That's just Joey for you though. He's not a very reliable person.
No, he's a
I've
douche.
never cared for him all that
douche.
much.
Not a good family man too. Cheats on his wife.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
With dudes.
Yeah, it's insane.
Co-workers. Now,
yes, big cat.
He's like, I got a virus on my phone. I'm like, stop following the links on Grindr, dude. Like, what are you doing? The oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how's it going, Chapty? How's it feeling being out of the house? Whenever one of us is
I am not doing well, Clem. Doing well. I get a text this morning. I think sometimes because of where I'm at in my life, I was a dog handler for a long time. I can have like an authoritative presence from time to time. My dogs pick on that shit so much when I'm out of town. Like I leave town and my wife texts me, the boys are perfect when I'm in town. I leave. She's like, Gus refuses to go outside to go to the bathroom. Baby Dale won't come in. He's trying to dig out underneath the fence. Like all this stuff happens right when I go. Remember when I first started working here, Clem? And I was like, every time I leave, something drastic happens.
Yes.
My first time coming up, massive. My first time, it was like 105 degrees in Texas during August. And my air conditioner goes out and Annalise has to like call and get the air conditioner. One time something happened with the plumbing. The electricity went out one time. And this time now we had that huge snowstorm last year that knocked out power for like 6 or 7 days. And we get a warning from the Texas energy companies that's like, hey, be advised, temperatures are going to dip down below where they were at last year. We're expecting wide scale outages. And I'm like, mother of God, this is when I sit down on the fucking plane seat, dude. 6:45 in the morning on Monday. She's like, hey, we just got a warning from the Texas folks that power is going to be out for a couple of days. How do I set up the generator? And I was like, mother of God. As soon as I land in Texas, I'm just going to go on the United app and figure out a way to come home early. Like, so I can do this shit. I would much rather be the one out there doing it and fucking with it than having to explain how to do it on FaceTime when it's cold. No, thank you.
There is something to be said though, when you hear the sound of, I don't know, fear is the word, but just someone needing help. And it's like, listen, I know I'm not the MVP. I know I'm just like maybe receiving a few third place votes in the family, but you guys need me. You need me for like 3 things. And if one of those 3 things
you're right, Clem, because I'm so garbage most of the time. Like 99% of the time, my household does not need me to operate in any type of way. Like it's a greased wheel. Like it's just going to keep going. And then there's one little piece of dust that could fly up into the wheel of our train tracks. And that's what happens when I'm out of town. And it's just that one thing.
It's so satisfying. It really is. Our wives being in pure horror as we leave.
But it's scary too, because you're going to hear it. You're going to hear
it. Honey, it's for the best is when it's for work though. When it's for work, honey, trying to put food on the table, I have to do what I have to do. I have to fly.
It'd be a lot easier if work wasn't fun though, right, Clem?
That is
if you
the
didn't
problem.
come to this fucking Rob Dietrich fantasy factory up here, bullshit, and be like, oh, what did you guys do at work all day? We argued about how great Tom Brady is. It was awesome. Yeah. We did it for 4 hours.
She's like, yeah, asshole. I was following the Barstool Instagram. I saw you were like eating snacks and playing video games with Smitty. That's what you did your entire 8 hours.
Must have been tough,
in the office, you scumbag.
but I talked the whole time, man. My throat is sore.
Any water around here?
3 of the kids have a stomach virus, but you're doing a wine tasting with KC.
Yeah. debating which fucking Kool-Aid
It was
flavor is the best
sponsored.
for Bibs.
Yeah, exactly.
Dave's next Miami house isn't going to buy itself, honey. We have to help out anyway.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I woke up last night with severe acid reflux. I wasn't out. I didn't do anything. We had like some chicken wings for dinner, some chicken wings, a salad, macaroni and cheese for dinner. And but normally it's like a big meal that sends me into that. And then I wake up this morning, I was like, wow, Annie, I had one of those things where I had to kind of sleep sitting up and stuff. She was like, man, we got to get to the bottom of this. Were you drinking yesterday? I was like, no, I was in work all day. I did lights, camera, bar stool early. So I was in work from 9 till 6 because I had to do that other sponsored content thing. And then I remember that sponsored content thing was for Four Loko. So I was sipping on Four Loko for 3 hours as I'm judging some small talk competition.
Doesn't count if you're on the clock, Large. It does not count.
And by the way, they don't refrigerate the Four Loko. Not that there's anything wrong with Four Loko. Warm Four Loko is a tough fucking road to hoe. So I still haven't come clean on that. Like I was embarrassed to be like, oh, my belly hurts. I wonder what it could be. I was sipping fucking Four Loko.
Too much Four Loko.
Me and
it's
Ron.
making me crazy.
So do you do on a steakhouse?
Before we keep going, Large, I need to ask you a question about this macaroni and cheese and chicken finger thing. Now, I imagine this isn't pulling out some tenders from the fucking grocery store that's in a pre-made bag. You're doing everything. Are you dredging it yourself and flouring it and doing all that? And macaroni, it's not Kraft from a box, right? You're doing shredded cheese and all that. Yeah, never.
So I made a big tray of macaroni and cheese for this week. I was going to do it this weekend, and we wound up going to Brooklyn on Sunday. So I have a big tray, real basic bechamel, elbow macaroni, couple of different types of cheeses, no breadcrumb on top, just some shredded cheese on top, right into the refrigerator. Take it out, put it into the fucking oven, and you're done. Leave it uncovered, 350, 375. You can do whatever the fuck you want until you see it start to bubble. If it doesn't brown, hit it with the broiler. I wasn't home, so I told Annie to do that. I also had some chicken wings, some regular old chicken wings that I did, not drumsticks, the little ones you do for buffalo wings. I said, Annie, all you got to do is put those on a sheet pan, put down a little bit of foil, and just hit them with some lemon pepper. The lemon pepper thing is out there. Oh my God. I got home last night. As I'm driving home, she sends me a picture of these things coming out of the oven. Macaroni and cheese was perfect. I don't know what she did. I really don't know. She tries so hard. And sometimes she does a couple of dishes very well. But whenever there's a curveball, I honestly don't know how these things came out.
They looked like covered in seasoning.
They looked, chaps, like they were just freshly plucked. Do you know what I mean? Like just like
it looked like something that like black people would put about white people on Instagram. Like I mean,
it's sort of like
chicken.
Let me close up on this one. Like like I would eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and she knows it. She's like, I did it again. So it's now almost 7:00. There was a little bit of traffic coming out of the city. What do? I go right into Stu's. I go right into Stu Leonard's, and they have a chicken wing bar. And so it's like teriyaki, buffalo, Italian, I think is one of them.
Garlic
chicken wing bar.
Got it all,
quite the move. I love
chicken wing bar. So I just went and I got a small tray of just fried chicken, buffalo size wings, the drumettes and the flats. I just got a small tray of that, not like the big sheet pan tray, like a small tray, and then a tray of assorted. So if somebody wanted like a barbecue is the other one, barbecue, teriyaki, whatever. And I brought those home, salad, macaroni, cheese, saved the day, stew saved the day. So it was good. Maybe that's what came back on me. I don't know. Like I had Italian wings, and shit like that. But it was just tough to see. But I like a buttermilk marinade or pickle juice marinade. Pickle juice marinade is very good. And then I do the dredge and the fry with the.
That's Chick-fil-A secret.
Is pickle juice marinade?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
so.
Shit.
That's it. So I haven't done a good fried chicken in a while, but when I do it, I try to get into it with the skin on thighs. Ooh, fried chicken thighs.
If we could
So
figure
good.
out how on YouTube to kind of put the chapters of a video on the podcast, and again, Barstool Growing Up, subscribe right now on YouTube. Our guy Nick's put it together. He's crushing it there. It's going to just say largest heartburn story, the saga of largest heartburn. That was the last 10 minutes. I absolutely love it. We are so unbelievably watched up. But this is I don't know about you guys. I try to get my chicken wings in now. Like after the Super Bowl, I basically take a break until March Madness. I consider a big chicken wing weekend because you at 12 o'clock you go out to lunch and you would just watch the games for a few hours or whatever. Have you guys been? I've just been hammering them the last few weekends. It's like get it in now or else it's fucking over. Again, in large, we do the blue box. We do some sour cream and onion dip, right? We do the blue box Liptons, and then the mac and cheese. I was so excited too when you said wings and mac and cheese. I'm like, oh, Large is gonna be on that fucking pour list right there. Nope, he went out to Stu Leonard's. Probably spent like $50 at the chicken wing bar too.
Yeah, they get you there.
They do, yeah.
It's kind of like a sushi bar. To be honest.
Inflation's a bitch at the fucking
apparently
bar.
Supply chain issues with flour.
You just got boats and freights of chicken wings sitting offside the coast, and Biden won't let them in.
They somebody told me with the blue box with the Liptons and the sour cream, our sour cream and onion dip. Somebody said double up the packets. Put 2 packets of onion soup mix in the sour cream. That's an embarrassment of riches. I don't want to commit to that. I find my sour cream. I find
that's
that
too much French. Perfect. I don't want that much French.
Yeah, I think he's gonna steal my wife.
That's too much onion.
I got those fried crispy onions they sell in a jar. Like sometimes you put them on top of green bean casserole. But I have one of those. That
will spice up any trailer park meal.
So I put that on top of my onion dip. Oh, it just elevates it.
Oh, baby.
Right next to the wavy lays.
And if you don't have that, just get some garlic powder and put that on some fucking what is that? Damn it, what is that shit you put in like a chili boat? Fritos,
yeah. There's a guy on Twitter or TikTok. And he's like, all he does is he watches TikTok recipes until they add a full block of cream cheese. And every one of them.
And then he leaves. Yeah.
That's it. And as soon as he's like, oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Then he's like, there it is. And he fucking leaves. It's just like so pure.
I like those guys. And the guys are like, I'm going to watch this cooking video until it's too complicated. And they'll be like, okay, put down the bacon. Got it. Got a little bit of cream cheese, some seasoning. Now we got to get you have a fresh clove of garlic. I'm out.
Chiffonade the basil.
The only time I see any TikToks is either on Twitter or Reddit because I just don't go on TikTok, but I will get them to me. Do you guys see the ones where the people look at the real estate and they go through the house and how much you can get for $300,000 for real estate, and they go state by state or city by city? It's like, oh, this is not a good neighborhood right here. You will die. Like, look at there's a bullet hole in the window right there. Stuff like that. I love that kind of shit. Oh man.
And it's usually like McKinley, Texas. You can get for the low price of $175,000. You get 5,000 square feet.
Yes, exactly. And I'm up here paying my dick off in taxes for a fucking 1/10 the size of all that shit. Speaking of moving around though, Large, are you going to Disney? Is that right?
Yeah. So I'm in LA this week. I'm doing the LA Clash the Coliseum for NASCAR. They're putting in a NASCAR track inside the LA Coliseum. It's going to be a shit show. From what I understand, like it just I
honestly thought that was a joke when I heard about it and saw 100%. Like the thing. How is it so?
I thought it was going to be like it was like an Onion article, right? Yeah. So we're going out there. We have one interview with Truex, my guy, Martin Truex Jr., older guy from Jersey, that type of thing. And otherwise, it's like we're just going to check it out. We're not like looking to do a bet beforehand or something like that because we don't know. And then we'll just think that NASCAR season starts in earnest the following week. So 2 weeks after LA, we're down in Daytona for the Daytona 500. And which goes off on a Sunday. All NASCAR races are on a Sunday. So Annie and 2 of the kids, because Mick's doing his Alabama visit that weekend. So Annie, Bridget, and Finn, because I think it's President's Day or whatever it's called now, those couple of days off, they're meeting me in Daytona, not for the race. We're going to Orlando. The next day, we're going to do 2 days in Disney. And then, which Bridget's never been to. And so we mentioned it to her. And can you give me a little bit of agave? We mentioned it to her, and she was like,
"Good what Lord, a flex. We're not just going to flex that." My goodness, middle of a story, and we're going to bust out some agave.
Agave requests.
Your tea not sweet enough. Need a little agave.
I don't know. How'd you guess?
Now, did you say that to the dog? That would be impressive. If you
Oh,
just
imagine
asked.
blue cheese. Imagine
Blue
blue cheese
cheese.
starts earning her fucking keep. So
That's
Bridge was
what she
like,
needs to do.
so me and Annie did this thing. I think every kid has done this with their daughter. Hey, how do you feel about going to Disney? And then when they go, really? Then you go, we're going, like, that whole thing. So we were
Mhm.
like, Bridge, how do you feel about going to Disney? She's like, oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we going? And then we were like, all right, we already set it up. It was like such a thing, but she's older. She's 11. And which in, girls' ages now, 11 is what, 18? So
Mhm.
she's like, no, then she realized that we already set it up. She's like, no, I'm very excited. I can't wait. She's so far out of the princess thing. She doesn't even know what's in Disney.
I'll
Like
do
she
some
doesn't know.
TikToks there. Like she's going to do some TikToks. There.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Right.
it's a prime age though. You guys are gonna love it. Like maybe not love Magic Kingdom as much, but all
Right.
the other parts you're gonna fucking love it.
So chaps, we won't do it in this one, I know, but now that people know that I'm going, I need to figure out. So it's myself, Finn.
Do you
Bridget,
want me to
Annie.
come and be a guide?
That, that would be that would be so strange. Well, we're staying in the Wilderness Lodge,
Oh, you
Copper
fant-
Creek.
Oh yeah, fantastic! I've stayed there. It's wonderful. It's absolutely a delight. And
I've
It's
I've
so
signed
easy.
up for wristbands that
yeah,
have everything on them, which they send to you beforehand. I'll tell you what, while I was doing the trip, I tried to do a couple of restaurant reservations. A lot of no room in the inns there. I think restaurants go quick at Disney. I mean,
oh,
maybe this
buddy,
is the,
you have no idea how fast these things will go. And if you
Fuck.
want to get a fast pass in fucking Avatar, buddy, you better get on the old internet machine now because
Really?
you got to get it weeks out. Tell Annie that she needs to go download the app about what rides because you get like 3 fast passes a day, and you can set them up early in the morning because once you use them, you can reload them in the app and go again.
you know who I hit up. What's up, fellas? Because I heard he might have
Oh,
done the right
Mincy.
thing. But you
Oh,
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah.
Because I think there was a rumor that Dave was trying to get on like a Star Wars ride, and Dave missed. I don't know how the
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars.
yeah.
land.
I would like to go to Star Wars land. I'd like to drink the green milk or the blue milk, you know what I mean, and have those, stuff. So I don't want to miss that. So we're very much looking forward to it. It's just 2 days. We're going to be there Monday and Tuesday of that week, right after Daytona, and then fly home very early Wednesday when Mick is coming back from Alabama. But I will throw myself at the mercy of you guys to tell me what I shouldn't do. But it looks like I have a good base right now. It looks like I have a good base on where I'm staying. And that's basically it. How I'm flying in and out, I guess.
Look how romantic Clem looks right now. Every time somebody talks about Disney, it reminds me of his proposal. Just lovely.
I'm smizing, right? Smiling with my eyes. Yeah, we gave her the. I don't know if Large knows about that one. I gave Amanda.
I do not.
I
Please.
gave Wifey the glass slipper at Cinderella's castle. We had the main table there. She didn't know it was coming, and at dessert they came down. They dropped it off. However, it didn't go without any issues, obviously, because you know how it goes with me. When we signed in, I said, "Oh, 2 for the Clems." And I thought she had maybe seen the computer screen, so I'm freaking out about it. She had like stomach issues. It was the day we flew in. She wasn't feeling good. And she was like, she was to the point where she was almost in tears. And I'm like, holy shit. She saw I'm going to propose. And she's so bummed I'm about to propose to her. She started crying. So then,
She shit herself.
yeah, exactly. So I brought the ring out to I had to meet like a rep or whatever, give them the ring. They put it in, had a little rose on it, all that kind of stuff. Cinderella's glass slipper. Cinderella is her favorite princess. And for the entire rest of the night, I was like, she fucking knew it. She fucking knew, and she's pissed off. Yada yada yada. So yeah, it was.
Well, Clem did.
Oh, is that the fella you follow at Barstool, honey? Let's go see what he's up to now.
One of the women was like, I'm trying to just eat protein. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. So I'm just going to go to a store and get some sausage, have a nice sausage breakfast. She pulls into McDonald's, orders 7 sausage patties just from McDonald's.
Jesus. Low carb. That is low carb.
I stood up and
dog.
clapped. It's like, what a fucking move. You're talking about getting gastro bypass surgery, and then you're just going to McDonald's and crushing as many sausage biscuits as you possibly can. It's fantastic.
I know people see commercials for this. And every time somebody sees it, somebody inevitably says, who watches this? And the answer is
Me.
chaps.
And there's another one. There's another one coming out soon.
It's always
called
chaps.
Love Off the Grid, where they're taking these city slicker women to try to meet and hook up with these dudes who are like homesteaders in fucking Montana. I cannot wait for that one.
So did you guys see those the McDonald's menu where they have the like all the different shit that
The TikTok special, yeah, like the land, air, and sea.
The land, air, and sea, where it's a Big Mac, a fillet of fish, and a McChicken, all between a bunch of buns on one inglorious. I was like, where
too many buns? Get rid of those buns, and I'm in.
Yeah. So I was going to say, who are they going to advertise it to? It's going to be the people watching that show. That is their wheelhouse right there. And I would eat it, but I don't fuck with beef at McDonald's, let alone the fillet of fish. Is there anyone on the panel here that is willing to give it a Joe? Joe, I didn't even finish it. Joe, you're
Fillet of fish is my fucking favorite thing at McDonald's besides the Egg McMuffin.
I'm talking about the land, air, and sea, though. You got to do
I
the
would
whole
eat that in a
fucking
heartbeat.
caboodle.
I've actually done the one. I did it in California when I was recently out there with the McChicken and McDouble, and it was delightful, fellas. It really was. It wasn't bad at all.
The only thing I don't like about it is they're giving you the ingredients individually, and then you have to make it yourself. That's the whole point of. I could just order it off the menu myself. I want it fucking made backstage. Everything tastes better when it's made by someone else. We know that's a goddamn fact.
Fillet of fish is the only thing on the McDonald's menu where they steam the buns.
Yeah,
and fillet of fish is the only thing on the McDonald's menu where they rip the slice of cheese in half.
That's
seen
true
that the other day
That's
too.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I don't eat McDonald's just because it fucks me. It fucks me up. I shit shoestrings whenever I go through it. So I've only eaten McDonald's a handful of times in the past 10 years. Every time I've gone to McDonald's, probably my whole life, I've always gotten a fillet of fish. It's an absolute staple of mine. For something that's not a staple, I'm fillet of fish. So I would try this with you guys in a heart. Do they have it now? You want to do it today, Chaps?
I think it actually came out yesterday.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's order it today. And then I need to tell you guys something because I am from Jacksonville. So there is still that portion of my life. I don't like fillet of fish with tartar sauce. I remove it and add ketchup.
You're rebuked. Tartar sauce is my shit. And that's
I don't
why
like any mayonnaise-based sauce at all.
No, okay. I remember because I used to go to Arthur Treacher's, which is a fast food. It's like a modern day Long John Silver's, and their tartar sauce had to be half sugar. Mayonnaise, sugar, picarella, said how it be. So it was like, you couldn't stop hush puppies and shit. And then school lunches in high school, we used to do the fish sandwiches and the square patties. Actually, they didn't bread them until they already somehow adhered a slice of cheddar to the, whatever that cheddar is, the welfare cheddar, which is delicious cheddar, onto the patty. So the patty looked like a small Mayan temple that was then breaded. It was all one piece. Oh, I had such fond memories on white bread, fucking Catholic school. But I remember they used to keep out a bowl of tartar sauce uncovered. So every now and again, there'd be a stray hair in it and stuff like that. And I still used to eat it. That's how much of a fucking animal I am for that. So team tartar sauce here, 100% move to the tomb.
So there we go. So we'll record it. We'll throw that on Barstool Grown Up. I got the Little Debbie's ice creams coming. Little Debbie's Chapsy. Did you see that? All their whole catalog is going in ice cream.
I did, and I'll tell my thoughts on it originally.
Give your piece. Give your piece.
When I see stuff like this, it's immediately troublesome because I feel like you could flood the market with too much of a good thing. And I think Little Debbie's is bordering on that because their foray at Walmart's into the different cereals and things like that because you get the oatmeal cream pie cereal and shit like that. I don't think this is a top tier Little Debbie, but of all the different ones that they've introduced, and I'm talking Nutty Buddies, we've got your Cosmic Brownies, we've got your Zebra Cakes. The one that really looks like I'll wet my whistle to is the strawberry shortcake one, because that little bit of strawberry sauce that they put in there, that inside a nice vanilla ice cream would be divine.
Yeah. They are definitely going for the Walmart audience too, right? Like Walmart seems to be going big with the exclusives.
Get you a one-bite pizza and a thing of Little Debbie's ice cream, and you're cooking with gas.
A little tartar sauce.
And a little bit of tartar sauce on the side.
Dunk the crust.
Salt Bay, the tartar sauce on there.
I had told Nick.
That's what you should be large. You should be Tartar Bay.
Tartar Bay.
Tartar Bay.
Too large Tartar Bay. I should come on to too large and be the Tartar Bay.
Oh, what do you got there? Oh. Eating some chicken nuggets? I'm gonna get some tartar sauce right there.
Little French fries and the malt vinegar.
Yeah. Anybody need a little freshen up? Anybody?
I'll see salt, malt, vinegar, and tartar. Yeah.
So check out the Barstool grown up for a couple grown-ups eating a fucking disgusting amount of McDonald's. That's a brand, Nick. We have ourselves a brand here. Nick.
Looking forward to lunch now.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of looking forward to the Super Bowl, I had to throw this story on here. I absolutely loved it. Cincinnati Public Schools, they canceled classes the Monday after Super Bowl already. So staff and students can celebrate what we believe will be our city's first Super Bowl victory. The officials wrote the families Monday afternoon. Roger Bacon High School. We had Roger Bacon. It was like a building at Siena. It was the science building. Didn't really know much about the man. Turns out he was pretty fucking important because there's a high school named after him in Cincy. They called off school first. The whole Cincinnati Public Schools followed suit. There's a few school districts that have not done the same. They are on the rebuke watch list. But I just fucking love this, man. I just love this. Chapsy, like with Jackson, I feel like Jacksonville would have to do something like this. It's like tortured fan bases should get the day off because if win, lose, or draw, those people are not ready to go to school on Monday.
No, I like the move, but I gotta say, because Ohio and Cincinnati are so like they're intertwined together, and so is Cleveland. If my kid goes to that school and I'm a Browns family at that school, I'm still sending him to school that day. I don't care what's going on. They're showing up in the fucking bus loop and they're going to school. You're not getting off for the Bengals. We don't celebrate the Bengals in this house.
Imagine just a couple of and it's not nice weather now here. It's not nice weather ever in Cincinnati. Imagine it's just a couple of fat kids dressed in like dog pound gear, just hanging outside the school in the snow. Like they don't even let them in.
Little big dog.
Stop them off. Yeah. The school just puts out a couple of those like milks, like, little chocolate milk cartons for them.
Yeah.
Just to subsist.
The other part of this, though, the other part about these kids missing school is that it's also Valentine's Day. And that's a big fucking day for some people in school. It's also like a nightmare day for the ones that don't have a Valentine. I kind of love that, though. I kind of love people getting.
Oh yeah.
Joe Burrow
just
killed Valentine's Day.
If you're in high school and you're an incel, this is the best news that ever happened to you. You don't have to see all these other kids that are having a romantic relationship while you're horny and lonely all by yourself. You don't have to deal with that shit. You just stay home and celebrate your Bengals. Maybe order a couple shirts from the Barstool Sports store.
There you go. Store it at barstoolsports.com. Get your Joe Burrow gear and all that nonsense. There's some fucking good ass shirts too, man. We still got it after all these years, man. I have to say they've done a good job. We'll wrap things up. We're going to jump into the mailbag. Barstoolsports.com/askdad. Or you could email us at podfathershow@gmail.com or hit us up Podfathershow on Instagram or Twitter. Slide into the DMs and tell Joey to fuck himself. By the way, Joey decided to hop on the podcast as I made it known earlier. It was nice.
And the Marine last week that we talked about, who said that he's been to war, so raising a kid's going to be nothing. They listened back. He wrote me, actually, DM'd me, and was like, since you said that I was wrong, my wife just keeps gloating in my face that I was wrong. I was like, good, you deserve it, you dumb son of a bitch.
That's the risk you run. If you hit the bar stool, if you hit up the Podfathers mailbag and the wife listens, you just might.
I don't care if you're beheaded. You don't compare it to having a baby. You just don't do it. Just shut up. Even if you got your head taken off, you don't do it.
This one comes from Mariano. Really love the podcast. Been listening for 4 years since my first kid was born. Now we have two. A 2.5-year-old and a 4-year-old. He's 27 and his wife's 25. They had a crazy year. His wife went through some severe medical issues. Mother-in-law passed away from suicide. Jesus. It's been a struggle. This year, the wife and I booked a vacation at Cancun with no kids, but I can't help but feel guilty for doing this without them. But after the year we've had, I feel we deserve it, but the guilt haunts me. Do you guys ever feel guilty getting away? And if so, how do you deal with it? I mean, we started with this with Chapsy being in New York right now. But large,
absolutely nothing to feel guilty for. You have to be and I was telling one of my friends this the other day. You can't constantly just focus on parenting and ignore who you are. Like Clem's got to be Clem at some point. Large has got to be Large at some point. I got to be me at some point. You can't just be husband or dad and an employee at work. There has to be some semblance of who you are to the core of your person that you have to constantly focus on that too. Otherwise, the rest of the roles that you play are all going to be lost, and then you're not going to be fulfilled in any of them. You got to focus on yourself some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, chickens and mentals, right? I think one of the right away, the 10 questions that we asked when people were having babies. One of the questions, so it's top 10. How long after you have a baby do you think you'll feel comfortable going away? And I think it's interesting when you go and revisit them. Like some people are like, "Ooh, when I have a baby, I couldn't see myself going away without that baby at least for a year or two." And then 6 months into it, you see this person on a cruise. You know what I mean? With the baby at home, or vice versa. Oh, I think I'm going to be able to get away that weekend if I want. And then 3 years later, the person's still like, I can't be away from it, right? And there's some postpartum issues and whatnot involved. But yeah, I think it's better for the baby, right? Because there's less resentment when you do get away with it. It's the same thing as spending my kids' money on pizza. Like I feel like I'm getting away with something also. And I think there's an inherent naughtiness in that. And it fucking feels good on top of the fact that I like boat drinks and I like, sun on my belly and I don't want to change a fucking diaper in the middle of the night, so you do have to place some sort of priority on the kid. I get that, but at the detriment of your mental health, no bueno. So go out there and then just survive until the next one. Like, you know what I mean?
Post-pandemic, man, like you've been cooped up with these damn kids, 2 and 4, constantly going insane. Wifey's had her own issues. She wants to get away too. Like the whole squad, like just having a little bit of a refresh seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, we wifey and I both turning 40 this year, and originally we had thought about maybe just having like a party or even getting a house and just having all our friends come. And then she just said like a week ago, was like, how about instead of that, and like, half the friends are gonna have to dump kids off or bring kids with them, and we'd feel bad just dumping our kids and then doing it. She's like, how about let's just go away, me and you, and just go away on vacation for a week. And I was like, yeah, we need, and I mean, Mariano definitely needs that based on his year, but I think everyone the last year or two, let's be honest, could definitely use getting the fuck away from the kids. There should be a great purge where there's just nothing but couples going back on vacation. What are those resorts? Sandals, like all those kind of resorts are just going to have a bunch of fucking people coming in without kids.
Instead of fucking Joe Biden sending out 4 COVID tests to everybody's house, how about sending one babysitter, Joe, for a fucking weekend? Get a government with background checks and all that shit. Send them out and just rent a couple hotels and throw all these kids in there and let the parents actually have a weekend to themselves.
And then another hotel so all the parents can just go and get
parent purge, dude. That's what we should do. Parent purge. Like have like the kids. You guys, if the kids are older than, I would say 3, they should be able to survive a day, right? Like a day. Just in the house by themselves, they gotta survive a day.
Yeah, crack a window.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, and I tell you, consider hedonism, right? Because
chaps, you're at the office. Large, you're going to be there after. No, actually, no, before the McDonald's taste test here. Go talk to Live Events Lisa, and let's get the Podfathers parental purge on the fucking calendar. We'll $500 hotel. Sitter included, yada yada yada, and Nick, you get shit done. Nick, I need you,
boys. We might have an opportunity because my 40th birthday is July. I want to do a little boys trip for my 40th. I was thinking maybe like the Outer Banks, some golfing, some boating. My old producer on ZBT, Kyle's got a boat, lives in North Carolina, said he would bring it up. Like we could have a little bit of a time, have a boys get away.
Sounds very enticing, chaps. This sounds very
Can we
enticing.
sell some tickets? So now I'm going to the Outer Banks with chaps in July, and he's going to Disney with my family in February.
Can't wait. Already re-downloaded the Magic app. We're ready to go.
So it is the Magic app. I gotta get on this.
It's gonna be a hell of a year. Podfathers.
Yes.
Last one comes from @QMoron5. This was, I think it was a tweet. Need some help. I have an 18-month-old who likes to randomly bitch slap myself and his mother. Having a very hard time correcting the behavior because it's so hysterical every time he connects. I think we got to go to the dog trainer for this one.
Yeah, exactly right. This is just like puppies, my friend. You got to treat these fucking kids like puppies. It's cute when they're 18 months and they're popping you in the mouth. Next thing you know, that kid's going to be 18. He's going to be bitch slapping his mom across the room. You don't want that shit. You got to nip it in the bud right from the get-go. You don't put your hands on mama. Bite them back. Easy.
It's what's the sound you make at the dog? Isn't there something like that? Yeah. There we go. All right. So that's the episode here. We got.
Or you can just yell at them like you do a dog. The real effect. Get them out of here. Is real effective. Have you tried that with blue cheese yards? Like, go up to blue cheese and get them out of here. And I guarantee blue cheese will scamper out of the room. Oh yeah,
that works. That works. I'm paying for your Disney trip.
Love it. I thought that was implied, but
the guide's fee gets waived if you pay for the trip. That makes sense. Large, I feel like you just grow a little taller and just go a couple octaves down in your voice when you yell at the kids. That would be how you would put the fear guide into an 18-month-old.
Yeah, we do.
You're a large man.
Yeah, we do the tough guy thing and shit like that. Once you got all the weapons, but yeah.
For the people who have been listening for a while now, they'll know that I had a question way back in the day where it's like, what do you do if the kid keeps biting you? And as I was about to finish my sentence, if Sienna keeps biting me and I decided to, and Chaps goes, whatever you do, don't bite the kid. And I was like, I bit her back. So it's now come full circle now where Chaps is telling you to bite the kid's back. So that's a little thing for the OG Podfathers listeners. We'll see you guys next week. As always, stay safe and stay sane and subscribe to YouTube because I'm dying to see these fucking secret menu meals eaten myself. See you guys later. Barstool grown up.